Let's get into these Met Gala looks. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome here if you are new. I am Daquana White. I bring you plus size content, lifestyle content, and beauty content, but today we are on the delicate dynamic, so you will be seeing some commentary content. Super excited to do this because if you don't know, I love fashion. Used to sew all the time with my grandmother, loved watching her create pieces, loved going to Joann's to get patterns and all of that good stuff. So I'm super excited to bring you this video. It is a little later than I anticipated, but I still wanted to talk about the looks because I love the theme as well. Let me go ahead and pull that up. And I actually need to go ahead and pull up some screen recording so we can get into the nitty gritty so y'all see what I see. Okay, so we have the 2026 Met Gala theme is costume art, and it explores the relationship between fashion and the dressed body, celebrating clothing as an art form. I am super excited. Let's go ahead and get into it. Looks are referencing, as they say, sculpture, painting, and anatomy, and a few people nailed it. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you. At first, it was just like curtains, drapes. I wasn't really getting the theme. Some people, you had to look at the actual art that it referenced in order to get it. And I just kind of wanted to get it the first go round. But art isn't like that. You know, art always, sometimes you have to dig a little deeper. But let's go ahead. We'll look at the artwork that it was referenced from for some pieces. But we're going to look at most looks. And we're going to start with Rihanna because that's at the top. And this is from Vogue. Okay, so let's start off with Rihanna. I loved her face. I thought her face looked stunning. Makeup was stunning. Loved the hairpiece. Loved the ear jewelry. That lip with the point. Like, I love the face. And I love the top here, right? Of course, when I see the art that it's inspired by, most likely I will understand it more. But I just wasn't a fan of just the... I don't know. But I do love the top. I would say I love the top half until we get to the whole oyster clam looking shell here. Oyster shell. But also, what's going on with the feet? Okay. Well, not saying they're ugly or anything, but it was the toe ring. I wasn't wowed by ASAP's. Face is nice. Hair is nice. Earrings are nice. But I wasn't wowed by the actual outfit. I didn't feel as if it stuck out. I like the color, but I know sometimes it's hard for men to get in their bag, or we don't see. It's like sometimes the men are just boring. Okay. I actually like the back of what Rihanna has going on over here. Next person Beyoncé. Oh, Beyoncé. And it's not just because I love Beyoncé. It's because Beyoncé understood the concept. When we looked at the actual theme, being that, and she was a very adamant about celebrating bodies, and she took it down to the core, the skeleton, the jewels, the mesh. Like, I love this. I love this look. And one thing I was saying, and I talked to my sister about this, who also is a huge lover of fashion. We sometimes want in Beyonce to go a little bit, like, step out of her comfort zone. I feel like this was kind of expected of Beyonce. I do like this. I think the actual cape and fur of it all gives, you know, costume, whereas again, this gives body, like anatomy. The hairpiece, you know, I think I did see the work that this was inspired by. I don't remember the hairpiece in the work, but again, if I see it, I'll see it. But yeah, sometimes it's like I expect these things of Beyonce, and yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I just want her to be a little more bold. But you know, she shut down the runway. She shut it down. Now, usually I love most things that Tiana Taylor does. I didn't love this Tom Ford look. I didn't love it. I didn't. And maybe I'll see what it was inspired by. But it gave Christmas tinsel birthday. You know, the streamer tinsel stuff that you hang up and it always rips real easily. It just gave that. And I just wasn't impressed. But, yeah. I just wasn't impressed. It actually gives me the fringe that some people had back in the day on their curtains. But that's at first when I saw Doja, I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, and I was like, you know, this is cute. I like this Doja. Upon further inspection, I don't know. Face is cute. Hair, like everything, I guess it's really monochrome. And I don't hate a monochrome look, but I feel like Doja could have did more hair. I don't know. And she's in Saint Laurent. Okay. We're not going to stick around on things looks that didn't really stick out. So this was one of the first looks that I saw. And this was Nicole Kidman and Chanel. And I liked it. I said it gave costume. This gives party, disco ball in red. Sequins, fur. It gives costume. Hated the hair. Hated the hair. Hated the hair. Okay? Hated it. Now Tyla. What I love about Tyla is the wet look. They really accomplished that glow, that iridescent glow on her body. Beautiful. Okay, while we scrolling back up. Hair, the wet look. I love it. I do love it. And she's in Valentino. Overall look, it's okay. It looks very aquatic, really mermaidish, but she said it was inspired by a peacock. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. I actually like it. And like I said, I love the wet look. I love when people do the wet look. Okay, Sabrina Carpenter. I'm not a hater, but I'm just like not a huge fan. And maybe I'm just not. So, at first when I saw it, I was like, okay. Wasn't really a fan of the headpiece here. But then I was watching it with my friend and she was like, wait, those are actual like film, like cinematic strips. It's an actual. Then I was like, okay, I like it. It actually made sense. It was different. Some people might say avant-garde, but I was like, okay, I get it. I liked it, but at first it gave Christmas again, tinsel bow ribbon. Like that's what it gave. And she does this thing where she likes to have her legs out, and maybe that's one thing that she loves about her. And it elongates her in a way. But sometimes, like last year when she had on, I think the burgundy like leotard look, it actually made her look shorter. And there's nothing wrong with short people. So, hey, scrolling down because again, it was cute, like the concept. Hailey Bieber, we could do more here. We can do more here in the mug. Slick backs, I like slick backs. It's okay. I loved how vibrant the blue was. And I actually loved that this was sculpted or shaped. Wow. I love that this was sculpted to her body. I did like the contrast of the gold and the blue, but it was a bit safe or boring. But it's cute. Okay. It just didn't wow me. Charlie XCX. I've heard of her. Not sure who she is, but okay. All right, Charlie. Scrolling on to Cardi B, and she's in Marc Jacobs. And at first, it really did give a lace wrapped pork rind. Mug is eating, hair is eating. Love the side part, love the hair. But then upon looking at the sculptor who it was referenced or inspired by, it made sense. But I definitely still get pork rind wrapped in lace. I'm not gonna hold you, but I like it. Body is tea. I like the silhouette here, and it does give Met. Like it's extra, it's bold, it's a statement. And typically I love what Cardi does. I actually loved her tailored look last year. Loved it, even though a lot of people didn't like it. It looked a little safe, but I typically love what Cardi does at the Met. Coleman Domingo. Especially loved his after seeing the work referenced. I like that. He typically does well at the Met. Like he typically does well. I believe I've seen him at the Met before, and I believe he did well before. But I like how he went with color, like the checkered print. Like I feel like I like the play on colors. Let's get into the face because he has on eyeshadow. T. Really, really well groomed. I like this. I like this. I think the tailoring is done nicely. He looks good. Let me get into the arm. And that material, it looks like not crochet or knit. It looks, the texture looks 3D. I like this. I really like this. This is what I want to see. Okay. Ayo Edeberry. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Apologies if I did not. It's okay. Beautiful woman. Love the shimmer. Really safe. It gives sheer curtains. And like I said, I saw a lot of drapery. Kim Kardashian. I wasn't wowed. This is the same silhouette that Sabrina Carpenter gave last year with the leotard and the train. I don't really, it's not my vibe. But I like the anatomy of it all. Like this right here, I like. If we could just this. But I don't like what they did with the bottom. I don't like that. Hair and face, beautiful. I love a frizzy, just got out of bed type of vibe. Face, nice. But once we get here, not impressed. Not impressed. But this had potential. And it actually looks a little futuristic as well. Scrolling on down to Blue Ivy Carter and Balenciaga and Henry. I thought this was safe for a young lady. For a teenager, I expected more than white, more than a huge train. I expected her to give color, to give bold, and to really have a play on art and just to be more fun. That's what I expected. It was just a little too serious. It was really serious. Tan lines, okay. Beautiful girl. Them people will eat their words for how they treated Blue when she was a baby. So we have Serena Williams and Marc Jacobs. And beautiful woman. Not really a fan of, I don't know. It's like up here. It's giving aluminum foil. Nails are tea. And I did like this little wrap around the leg type of vibe that goes into the shoe. Okay, I didn't see that. But I just wasn't a huge fan of the actual dress. It really does give foil. But the silhouette is nice on her. Mug is tea. Hair is nice. It wasn't enough. It just didn't give me what I wanted. Now, Emma Chamberlain. I loved this. This is what I wanted to see. Now, the hair and face is not my favorite, but the gown, let me come out. Beautiful. And I believe I saw somebody hand painting this gown to the point where you can see the strokes. Like they ate this down, and I believe this was inspired by Van Gogh. And yeah, this is what I wanted to see on the carpet. This is art coming to life. I like the mesh that goes up to the neck because I feel like you get a little bit of the anatomy there, and then you can't really see the other side like here where it's the mesh, but that one side of a bunch of art and color is just like a bunch of paint strokes, and then the other side kind of bare. Really nice take on the theme. I think she really took it home, like nailed the theme for sure. We have Kendall Jenner, and I was just a little bit bored. It was really safe, nudes, nipples, the drapery and the actual not tailoring, but basically tailoring and how the dress is made is really nice. Pretty girl, nice hair. Just boring. That's it. Nicely, nice work as far as sewing the dress. Like, I feel like we got a little, I don't know about right there, y'all. What y'all think about that? Is that purposeful? Maybe. But I don't know. It gives statuesque if that's what she was going for. But I just wanted more. Just was bored. Kylie Jenner. Hair and face is cool. Love the jewelry. Now, getting into the actual, I wish they wouldn't have had it from the back and had it in the front, because I actually like the nipples on her. I like the play on the anatomy and really body forward as far as the theme goes. And I actually, wow, I didn't even see this when I saw it live. The actual bead work and embroidery is really, really nice. Like, I like Kylie's. Now, I felt like, you know, color-wise, really nude, really sculpture-ish, and that's fine. But here, just comparing it back to Kendall Jenner, not to compare the two ladies, it's just like, I felt, you know, I see the drapery, and what we were going for here is giving like ancient Greece. But here, I just felt like it was a little bit more. I like the back of the corset, or the bodice is really done nicely. And then going into, it looks like two dresses, one coming off of her actual body. Like she's taking the dress off. Like, love the gown. Like, love this. Love this. She was one of my faves of the night. Not like top 5, but really liked hers. Alex Consani. Hopefully I said that correctly. Oh, nipple. Okay. It's given costume art. I guess the nipple gives body. But what the train it just seems like this doesn't match or mesh, from the corset, the mesh corset, to the feathered bottom, to the curtain white drapes. Well, let's scroll on. Okay, Rachel Sanat. I felt like this was very artistic. I would like to see what it's inspired by. It's probably an abstract piece, or maybe it's not. I like the colors. Like, I like the contrast of colors, the shapes, and I like this. I feel like I studied something like this in school. Maybe I wouldn't have went with black, but again, maybe it was inspired by something specific where it was black, but it does pop. I think white wouldn't have popped like the black does. So I like this, but you know, it's okay. It's not bad. Gracie Abrams. Okay. We are just going to scroll. Kris Jenner and Dolce & Gabbana. It's underwhelming. Joe Burrow. I don't like the tailoring. Okay. But I do like the detailing here, but I just feel like it's poorly tailored. Maybe not. I don't. Okay. SZA. SZA actually surprised me. She was one of the more vibrant guests of the night, and I actually liked it. I did like it. I felt like it was very whimsical. I wanted to see whimsy. We're talking about art, and this is what it should be. I just felt like, yes, SZA. Yes. Love the headpiece, the corset, the bodice, and I like all the jewelry, the bead work, and the color is stunning. I did like this. SZA. Love the arm cuffs as well. Yes. Yes. I like this. I did like this. Chase Infinitely. I said Chase Infinity. And Tom Brown. And I feel like nailed the theme. Pretty dress. Anatomy is there. Color is there. Texture is there. Bead work. I always get impressed. Like, bead work takes so much. I thought it was just sequins, and no. The amount of detail here, I think it's stunning. I think this is stunning. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You ate that. Now, Bad Bunny, y'all, when I saw this, I said, what? I didn't even know it was Bad Bunny until somebody said it was Bad Bunny. I thought this was the guy from Sons of Anarchy. Do y'all know who I'm talking about? Ron Perlman. I thought that's who that was. I said, excuse me, because Bad Bunny, what is going on? What is going on? Like, I was so confused. Like, he's in Zara, and I guess he was wanting to go for the Asian of the body. I wasn't impressed. No. Okay. Doechii and Marc Jacobs and David Webb. And I actually loved Doechii's look way better than last year, for sure. I was very unimpressed with last year's. But this year I did like this. I love the head wrap, the headpiece. Love the face. Beautiful, beautiful earrings. The actual body glowing. Like, I really did like this. And it was definitely an ode to the body, an ode to anatomy. I like the drapery, and it just falls in all the right places. Everybody talked about the bare feet, and I said, Doechii, man, walking after all them people. Look, you can see the dirt, literally. On, like, you can see it. But maybe she just don't care. I do like the feet and the art on the feet, and I just wanted her to kind of do fake feet, like latex feet or something, how people do the fake skin on their face, so her actual feet wasn't touching the ground. But other than that, one of my fave looks of the night, for sure. I think she nailed it this year, especially when I'm comparing it to last year. Jeremy Pope and Vivienne Westwood. I actually love this. Okay, face tee. Again, I love a good beadwork and embroidery. Then you have the abs and the pet. Like, I love this. Down to the shoe. One of my favorite male looks on the carpet. Wow. Definitely. Justin Jefferson. Love, I am bored. Why? Who attacked you? Okay, I do like the detailing in the coat, but it looks a little... Okay. Daisy Ecker Jones. I'm bored. Beautiful gown. Beautiful girl. But I'm bored here. Then we have Tessa Thompson. I like the detailing here. Okay, nails. I don't know. I like the color. I like the detail and the stomach area, chest and stomach area, but I don't know, it falls flat somewhere for me. She has the wet look going on as well. Jasmine Tooks, or is it Tooks? Tookies? I don't know. Beautiful though. Beautiful. Okay, I like this. I'm not wowed, but I like it. Louisa Jacobson. This is giving Game of Thrones, but we didn't get to the rest of the dress. Well, okay. Laura Harrier. I'm bored, love. I'm bored, beautiful. An ode to anatomy, I see, though. Iman Hammam. Oh, Hammam? Hammam. Iman Hammam? Sorry, girl. I mean, it's a no for me anyway. Not that you were looking for my... It's a no. Jack Harlow. Okay. Maud Apatow or Apatow. I think I'm about to just scroll until I see something that I like. Aisha Curry and Stephen Curry. Beautiful couple. I'm just trying to get into... Look. Jafar Jackson. He came dressed as his most recent character. Okay. And Ralph Lauren or Lauren. Marc Jacobs. Okay. Lila Moss. I like the texture, but I'm bored. I hope y'all heard that deep sigh. Because Madonna. I'm bored, Jay-Z. I'm bored. Yes, I'm bored. He and Louis Vuitton. Alexa Chung. Definitely an artistic. Is that a lily pad? I like that. Okay. Okay. The front of that shoe is nasty. But okay. Oh, I didn't see this one. Odessa? I don't know how to feel. I feel like it had potential. I actually love the boob moment is tea for me. Like, I actually love this. And why I say it had potential is because the boots. I don't know about the boots. The boots give, like, this is everything. But it gives me when I go to the club and I don't really want to wear heels. So I put on my over the knee black leather boot to do a little something extra. But they fell flat in the shoe department. But this had a lot of potential. Beautiful girl as well. Like, oh, love her. Yes. Tate McRae. I'm bored here. Okay, young lady. Blake Lively curtains and beadwork. Okay, she played with color a little bit. I did like that. She's in Versace. I was not impressed by this when I saw this live. Beadwork is nice on that blazer, but I think the Met, is that her little cutlet out there? Okay. Where is the theme here? Unless we are going into ancient Egyptian artwork, we're... Okay. I don't even know what number we're on, but honestly, we're going to just start scrolling until I see what I like. Russell. Keke Palmer. I liked it. It gives showgirls. I guess that's, in a sense, costume art. Wasn't too fond of the hair. It reminded me of Eve, actually. And I love Eve. But I don't know why it reminded me of Eve. Eve had like a short blonde buzz cut. But I don't know. I feel like she did something like that. Anywho, I don't know. I like the gown, though. Like... Zach posing... Alright. Y'all not gonna waste my time. Romeo. Okay. Took the body part to another level. Jenny. This is a lot. Just a lot. Like, it's a lot. I feel like I've seen this before. I feel like I've seen this. I feel like I've seen it. I just... A lot of people... Like, I felt like this was very much so a boring Met. Once I saw the reference for this one, I definitely liked it more. But when we first saw it, we said, what's going on here? But it made sense later. Same with this. Okay. compared to what I saw, I think her first Met, I was like extremely disappointed by this. Coco, I love you, girl, but I just wasn't impressed with the mesh dress. My girl, give her tens. This young lady has come a long way. She was discovered at an HBCU homecoming, if I'm not mistaken, Howard. 7 Met Galas under her belt. And I feel like she is one of the ones who aces every single Met. I loved this. And I specifically loved the makeup and the hair. Like, she literally looks like a statue. I feel like they really, like, her makeup team, like, really aces it every year. For sure. Aja Wilson. Oh, she's painted gold. I actually like that she's painted as well. But I feel like I would like to have seen a little bit more here. D Wade. I'm not sure how to pronounce this young lady's name. Adut Akech. Akech. Not sure, but I actually loved her interview. Loved the baby bump. Like, stunning girl or stunning woman. And yeah. Oh, that's a definitely a telltale sign for Tom Brown. That shoe right there. Yeah. Maybe it's not. It could be, is it Belle Perron? But this just gives Tom Brown, like, that's something he would put on a model. Okay. Oh, he looks uncomfortable. You look uncomfortable, sir. I'm a little bored. Who is that behind her? I feel like, oh, that's Gabrielle Union. I wasn't impressed with her or D Wade's fits. Oh, this looks like it's blowing in the wind. I like that aspect, but I just didn't see too much wow factors when it came to this Met. I get the body, yada yada, but I was just bored. But I did love her hair and face, though. I did love that. But yeah, I felt like this Met was, and he had on jeans, and I'm not saying you can't wear jeans, but I just was not impressed with a lot of the looks. I expected, okay, Donatella, I like hers. It ain't bad. It ain't the best that I've seen, but it ain't bad. I don't like his. I was very underwhelmed by Gigi Hadid's. She's wearing Miu Miu and Jessica McCormack. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And when I'm scrolling, it's just because I'm not extremely impressed. Now, I did like the silhouette of Venus's. I thought she looked beautiful. I liked the hair. I liked the neck piece, like jewelry, body jewelry up there. I do like this. A little safe to be. Wasn't she on the, what did they call it? Like, she was a chair or on the panel, whatever they call it. She's wearing Swarovski. So, yeah, like, I liked it. It seems a little safe, though, if that makes sense. This is colorful, but it looks like melted ice cream with sprinkles. I looked at the arms on this and I was a little creeped out, but it's artistic. It's artistic. It's a little extra. And I feel like it's on theme. I feel like she was one of the people on theme. I was not really impressed with Law Roach's, but I did like the idea of I wanted to see a lot of painting on bodies and clothes. So I do like the little splats of paint, but I'm a little bored. Anne Hathaway, I felt like hers, you can't really see. It's a hand holding a bird. I remember her live, seeing her live. And I felt like it was really literal and it didn't really leave much to think about, if that makes sense. It just looks like, oh, okay, black background, drew a little stencil or something. But the hand going out to the bird was just a little literal to me. What's happening here? I don't like that. This was this was the woman with the bubbles, and I was like, girl, we were like, how many bubbles do she got? Like, how much she got up in this dress? It was definitely whimsical. It was whimsical. I will say that. I will give her whimsical for sure. Whimsical. That's what I got. I'm bored. I like this. I like this. Is how I felt about a lot of the looks. I wasn't wowed by a lot of people. I feel like it was one more that I wanted. Okay, Willy Wonka is what I get here. But okay, Stevie Nicks. It was one. Thank you. I'm so happy it's up here. Karan Johar. Hopefully I said his name correctly. This is stunning. One of my favorite looks, period. Not just woman or man or male or female looks. One of my favorite looks across the board. And it may be literal because it's an actual painting or artwork on the whole, but man, like, this is what I want to see. The work here is beautiful. The textures, it looks actually painted. That looks real. Looks like a real freaking, what do you call them? A pillar? Like 8 down. 8 down. Glasses T2. I love this. This was one of my favorite looks, if not my favorite look of the Met. Like, beautiful. Beautiful. He's wearing Manish Malhotra. I probably butchered that. I'm sorry. I thought I knew who this was. It's not who I thought it was. I liked his. Are those wings? Okay. I liked his. I did like it. It's giving bride. Alright, I'm just gonna... I didn't really like theirs. Scroll down and just make sure I didn't get past any looks. Oh, this was one that I loved. Not sure how to pronounce the name. I'm just gonna go off and say Isut. Isut? Yesut? I didn't know who this was. When I saw it live, I was gagged. Like, I immediately was like, yes, yes, antennas, yes. I don't even know if it's supposed to be antennas, but yes. Headpiece, face covered. This part, anatomy for sure. The gloves, like, I love this one. Also, one of my favorite looks. I retweeted it on Twitter. One of my favorites, for sure. And I'm like, why are we all the way at the bottom here with these? Like, these are 2 of my favorite looks. Not this. I'm talking about her and, okay, him. Okay, let's scroll. I don't think Skepta. I actually really liked learning that these were his actual tattoos, I believe. My sister told me. When she told me that, I already liked his because it was what I wanted to see. Blank white canvas and then sketching onto it. I didn't know it was tattoos, but she did tell me that. And I was like, it makes sense now. Like, because it does look a little random, but it makes sense. Definitely makes sense. But it gives just like a sketchbook. Like, you just open up a page and just start sketching. So I actually really liked Skepta's when I saw him that night, and then to learn a little more about it, I did like it. And I thought Lala played it safe, but I also thought, okay, I like the beat work though. I thought it was because maybe she was hosting, but then I was like, didn't Tiana Taylor host last year? And I thought she ate down with her fit. So I like the teardrop glass crystals, and but I just was like, okay, it was safe, it was cute. I think she looked beautiful. And I think she did a decent job hosting. It was like we weren't seeing enough too. I was bored here. But yeah, I feel like we wasn't given enough here. Oh, we finally got to Janelle Monáe, who typically overdoes it every year, and not in a bad way. She just does it. Like, are these cords? It's like electricity. It's like electrical cords with butterflies, and it's a lot. Moss, and it's a lot going on, and it's always a lot with Janelle Monáe. But I think this is the Met. Like, this is the Met. I would love to see what hers is inspired by. I love this. I love this. I didn't see it really up close. I did see it like on the red carpet, but I wasn't really paying attention to it because I was also like annoyed with the red carpet. And let me just pause here and just say, I feel like for the Met, there needs to be a time slot for every celebrity, because it just takes away from the whole idea of it being like seeing all the background when we're watching the red carpet live, and they're just rushing the celebrity here, rushing them there, rushing, and it just looks unput together. It looks unorganized sometimes, and it's a lot of like waiting around. Like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of how it's run, but I would like to see it ran more smoothly, and maybe celebrity after celebrity after celebrity, so that when they're panning out, it's not just maybe they're doing commercial breaks or something. I'm not the producer. Finn, I did not. I need that crop leather jacket, but okay. Let me make sure I didn't forget anybody else that I actually really loved this night. I was bored here. I was like bored. And it's my guy, but did Prada not care? Alright. And what's crazy, I went and saw Cadillac Records on the day of the Met and made it home 2 minutes before the Met came on. And I just was like, oh, I see him there, but not a fan of the fit. Angel Reese, she looked good, but yeah, I mean, this looks like my duvet cover in this mauvey pink shade. I wanted more for her. Wisdom, I have like a love-hate with Wisdom, and not because like I love when he gets dressed and it's always extra, and he actually like is really well dressed here, definitely for the Met. It just goes way back to something he had said. Oh man, I missed it. I was trying to screenshot 111. Something he had said about like influencers and content creators and stuff, and I just was like, nah, I don't like that. But so it's just like a negative, somebody do something and you just never forget it. Like, I have a bunch of celebrities like on a list where I just don't really fool with them because of something they said or did, and I don't like it. So, but the fit, which is what we're here for, yeah, here is nicely done. But I think we have seen the best of what we're going to see on this Met. Like the colors, Raul. I do like the colors there. But I just feel as if, again, there wasn't a lot. Oh, okay, I like the I actually like the top portion of this. I might sound like a broken record when I say I just felt like that's a nice. That's a nice silhouette. And I think it's suitable for the Met for sure. I feel like we have reached what we are going to reach. We are not going to see all of these looks. I like the print. I do like the print and the texture here. At least it's on theme, because a lot of people are not. I like this. I'm a little creeped out. I like it though. This one I actually felt like it could have been more. Like I love the idea of the top, but then I felt like it fell short. Toes are T. But yeah, I feel like this one fell short for me, but it had so much potential. It kind of just was like, okay, we're going to sculpt the top. Oh shit, we ran out of time, girl. Put this. All right, drape it. All right, go ahead. Like, it just seemed like it wasn't super thought out at the end. I'm a fan of the hands. I think I really do like when they do the hands. I'm a fan of the hands, for sure. Again, I think we have seen the best of the carpet. There's Anna Wintour. I think we have seen the best of what we're going to see. Now, let's go ahead and look at the inspiration. Okay, yeah, we are at the bottom here. And we have some of the artworks referenced. I'm going to scroll back up. Okay. So again, Cardi was inspired by this sculptor who does...
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Why is Alexa talking to me? She was inspired by... Her look was inspired by a sculptor who does very interesting sculptures, or did, because it scares me a little bit. I don't know if we're going to get down to the Van Gogh. This one I actually understood later. This was the execution of Lady Jane Grey. But again, I didn't understand it much on the carpet. But that's my fault, because I actually remember seeing this and learning about this in school, but I didn't connect the two here. A few were inspired by this one here, as you can see. But I was a little bored. I actually love the interpretation here. Really nicely done. Okay, so she was inspired by a photograph. And photography is art, but it's so literal. It's so literal. And honestly, she should have just did the whole... I don't know. I just feel like they didn't know what to do with the bottom. Okay. Sir... okay. Again, Madonna, please. Like I said, sculpture. Also a sculpture. Is this impressionism? I'm not sure, but I feel like that's what we studied. Oh, it's abstract, but it actually... They did something different there. Anyways. I love this. Like I said, I loved what they did with that one. Okay, I think I remember seeing this one. And I can see what the inspo was. But like I said, I just wanted more. Just wanted more. Oh. I thought they were going to show... Oh. It did have a headpiece. And I believe this is a Creole artist. And of course, Beyonce is a Creole artist. I like to play on that. Okay, so that concludes my thoughts on the Met and kind of a live reaction to some of the looks, because some of these I didn't see in person when I actually watched it. But, you know, I would have loved to see more for sure when it came to just the theme overall. I felt like there was so much that could be done with fashion is art or art is fashion, costume, anatomy, and just the whole theme put together. I would have loved to see more, and would have definitely loved to see more people step out of their comfort zones. I would have loved to see more color, more vibrance, more sculpture-esque, you know, silhouettes. And I would have loved to see that. I think a lot of people fell short for me. And this just wasn't my favorite Met. You know, this wasn't my favorite Met. And I think it had the potential to do the most just because of the actual theme. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I will be doing more, of course, when we look at other red carpets. I do have a podcast episode coming on the 15th over on the Delicate Dynamic, or here on the Delicate Dynamic. So I hope you guys enjoyed that coming up as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in another video.